The vitality of an international order is reflected in the balance it strikes between legitimacy and power, and the relative emphasis given to each. Neither aspect is intended to arrest change. Rather, in combination, they seek to ensure that it occurs as a matter of evolution, not a raw contest of wills. If the balance between power and legitimacy is properly managed, actions will acquire a degree of spontaneity. Demonstrations of power will be peripheral and largely symbolic, because the configuration of forces will be generally understood. No side will feel the need to call forth its full reserves. When that balance is destroyed, restraints disappear, and the field is open to the most expansive claims and the most implacable actors. Chaos follows until a new system of order is established. That balance was the signal achievement of the Congress of Vienna. The Quadruple Alliance deterred challenges to the territorial balance, and the memory of Napoleon kept France, suffering from revolutionary exhaustion, quiescent. At the same time, a judicious attitude toward the peace led to France's swift reincorporation into the concert of powers originally formed to thwart its ambitions. And Austria, Prussia, and Russia, which on the principles of the balance of power should have been rivals, were in fact pursuing common policies. Austria and Russia, in effect, postponed their looming geopolitical conflict in the name of their shared fears of domestic upheaval. It was only after the element of legitimacy in this international order was shaken by the failed revolutions of 1848 that balance was interpreted less as an equilibrium subject to common adjustments and increasingly as a condition in which to prepare for a contest over preeminence. As the emphasis began to shift more and more to the power element of the equation, Britain's role as a balancer became increasingly important. The hallmarks of Britain's balancing role were its freedom of action and its proven determination to act. Britain's Foreign Minister, later Prime Minister, Lord Palmerston, offered a classic illustration when, in 1841, he learned of a message from the Tsar seeking a definitive British commitment to resist the contingency of an attack by France on the liberties of Europe. Britain, Palmerston replied, regarded an attempt of one nation to seize and to appropriate to itself territory which belongs to another nation as a threat, because such an attempt leads to a derangement of the existing balance of power, and by altering the relative strength of states may tend to create danger to other powers. However, Palmerston's cabinet could enter no formal alliance against France because it is not usual for England to enter into engagements with reference to cases which have not actually arisen or which are not immediately in prospect. In other words, neither Russia nor France could count on British support as a certainty against the other. Neither could write off the possibility of British armed opposition if it carried matters to the point of threatening the European equilibrium.